L'Abbey de Morts, loosely translated as Abbey of the Dead, is an arcade-style flick-screen platform game that draws inspiration from classic titles such as Manic Miner and Jet Set Willy. The game is set in southern Europe during the medieval period, where the growing popularity of Catharism, a religious movement that believed that there were two gods, resulted in the persecution of its followers by the Catholic Church. You play the role of Jean Raymond, a Cathar monk who has been expelled from southern France and finds himself being chased through a forest by a horde of crusaders. As you flee from your bloodthirsty pursuers, you come across an abandoned church and hastily run inside and board up the entrance, providing a temporary respite. However, as you explore the church, you notice that it's not what it appears to be and that stark evil lies within. In recent years, L'Abbey de Morts has been made available for a number of systems, including Windows, ZX Spectrum, and the Sega Mega Drive. Realizing that there was an opportunity to further broaden the game's audience by making it available for the most popular 8-bit personal computer, Double-Sided Games are about to release a port of L'Abbey de Morts to the Commodore 64. The Sega Mega Drive port of the game featured the ability to apply a multicolour C64 skin, which I thought looked somewhat poor. Thankfully, Saul Cross's reinterpretation of the game's graphic style for the C64 uses high resolution to produce a far better looking game. The use of high-res mode graphics is now becoming more common in current generation commercial games, and I think we can now stop regarding any C64 game containing it as being ZX Spectrum-like, as I don't really recall too many specky games looking this good. Saul also provides the music and sound for the game that in many ways shares the ambience of the C64 Sydney Hunter title released in the first half of 2018, and suits the game quite well. I believe that there are 8 different music tracks on offer throughout the game. As Jean Raymond starts to explore the Abbey, he comes across a scroll providing a hint of the game objective, to locate 12 crosses. Working your way through the Abbey is no mean feat, as the screens are littered with a wide range of enemies, depicted in various monochrome colours and each with their own behavioural patterns. The platform jumping action requires a bit of patience and timing in order to navigate through each of the screens. It certainly does provide a little bit of a challenge to get through the game with all lives intact, but you never actually feel overwhelmed or frustrated at any time, as you always have a sense that your persistence will pay off as you gradually learn the layout of the screen. It is this challenge, along with a little bit of backtracking and finding switches to open up closed sections, that provides longevity, as L'Abbey de Morts only contains about 24 playable screens. Fortunately, character movement is very fluid and highly responsive, thanks to the talented coding efforts of Antonio Savona. This is a key element to the overall quality of the game, as you will need to pull off many quick and precise jumps to progress past many sections. The C64 port certainly does feel like it plays a lot better than the other ports. To help you with your objective, you can collect additional lives, and you will find quite a number of checkpoints for you to restart at when you do lose a life. Despite the backgrounds on all screens being simply black, I am impressed that the foreground graphics on each screen has its own distinct look and feel. This goes some way to also make the game feel bigger than it actually is. Some of the screens are simply stunning to look at, such as this one with a fire-breathing dragon, and this one at the lookout with the falling leaves. When you do collect all 12 crosses, then you are ready to do battle with the evil that lies deep within the Abbey's chambers. Finish off this boss, and Jean Raymond can finally rest up and seek refuge in the Abbey. And what happened to those crusaders who have been trying to break down the church's door all this time while you have been vanquishing the evil within? Well, that's up to you to find out. Any criticism of L'Abbe de Mort being too short of a game due to only having 24 screens is a simplistic perspective. The game plays much larger than what it is, and what it does offer is very good. This will be a game that you will go back from time to time in future years, and it will still feel like a fresh experience. You'll have to excuse me for now. I'm heading off to place my pre-order before the limited numbers of copies all sell out.